Let me just remind you, if you would like to speak tonight, we ask you to please put your name on a list so we don't overlook anybody, okay? There's going to be a very limited time to speak. I'm Susan Lloyd, chairperson of the White River Township Planning Commission. This is the rest of the Planning Commission here, and Julie, our recorder tonight. So, we are here tonight for a public hearing on the amendment to the White River Township zoning ordinance to impose a temporary moratorium on the issuance of any zoning approvals, rezonings, permits, licenses, or approvals for solar systems, solar farms, solar energy systems, and solar panels, as well as constructing, expanding, creating, or installing any such items, and only that. I'm calling the meeting to order at 7:01 officially. Okay, we cannot hear comments pro or con on solar energy production, no suggestions, questions, or comments regarding the township's solar zoning ordinance. You may send these related comments to the township by email, mail, or attend a regularly scheduled township board or commission meeting. Okay, we have copies of the proposed moratorium ordinance amendment. Please share with your neighbor. They are at the table up front if you haven't gotten them yet. And the ordinance will be shown on the screens at the opening of the public comment period. Okay, during the comment period, I will call on individuals from our speaking list first, in the order written. Individuals will have a limited time to speak. Please simply state your approval or disapproval of the proposed moratorium ordinance and reasons for your opinion. We ask you to consider simply stating your agreement or disagreement with previous speakers tonight. And for those of you attending as a group of like-minded residents, please select a spokesperson. And before I open the public hearing for your comments, the Planning Commission has a few business items to conclude. So, a roll call, please.
Bob Hagan.
Here.
Don Klein.
Here.
Karen McLean.
Here.
Greg Harris.
Here.
Marissa McGoo.
Here.
McGlue, I'm so sorry. Susan Lloyd.
Here.
George Dufresne.
Here.
Patty Sargent.
Here.
Thank you. I entertain motions about tonight's agenda, please.
Ma'am, I'd like to make a motion to have Patty Sargent become our recording secretary.
That is on the agenda, so can we approve the agenda first? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. I move to put on the agenda limiting public comment. A public body may adopt a rule imposing individual time limits for members of the public addressing the public body.
Do you have a time?
30 seconds. Sorry.
Okay.
I second that.
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded to establish a rule for tonight's public hearing comment period to limit individual comments to 30 seconds. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Okay, motion passed. Thank you. Now, Don. Oh, no, now approval of the agenda.
I'll move to approve the agenda as amended.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the amended agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, nay? Thank you. The agenda as amended with the time limit rule is approved. Now, we had a motion out there in limbo, Don, what was it?
And Patty Sargent be our recording secretary for this evening.
And I second it.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded that Patty Sargent be the recording secretary for tonight's meeting for the planning commission. All in favor?
I would like to have a discussion.
Oh,
please.
not recording secretary, but secretary.
I'll be the secretary, but I want Julie to record.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, the motion, as I'm amending it, is Patty Sargent to be the secretary for tonight's planning commission meeting. And Karen, would you second that?
I second it.
Okay, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Okay, it's been moved, seconded, and approved that Patty Sargent will be secretary for tonight's planning commission special meeting and public hearing. I entertain a motion to,
I would make a motion ratifying, a resolution ratifying, confirming the scheduling and holding of the White River Township Special Planning Commission meeting on January 12th, 2023, the preparation of a proposed zoning moratorium amendment pursuant to a new section 3.46 of the White River Township zoning ordinance, and the scheduling and holding of the public hearing by the planning commission thereon.
Second.
thank you, it's been moved and seconded. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the resolution ratifying and confirming the scheduling and holding of the White River Township Special Planning Commission meeting on January 12, 2023, the preparation of a proposed zoning moratorium amendment pursuant to a new section 3.46 of the White River Township zoning ordinance, and the scheduling and holding of the public hearing by the Planning Commission thereon. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion has been carried, and Patty, as our secretary, will sign the resolution. Thank you. Okay, we're now gonna, in just a moment, open the public hearing. Please limit your comments to 30 seconds. Don is our timekeeper, and he will let you know when your 30 seconds are up. So remember, this is only about the proposed moratorium ordinance. Please make your way to the microphone up here as your name is called. I'm going to call 3 names at a time, so you can make your way up here. And if I call your name and you've decided not to speak, simply say pass. Okay? Just give me a moment to get it up on the board. Actually, I'll say the first 3 names. You can start making your way up here. Julie Essenberg, Pamela Belcom, and Margot Haynes.
Yeah, you'll give the microphone in just a second.
Okay, I got a loud voice, but whatever.
Here, Susan, give me the microphone,
Thank you.
and you can introduce yourself.
I am Julie Essenberg, and I live in Montague Township, and I am for the moratorium. I think we need more time for people to be educated, and I know that our White Lake Climate Action Council is going to be putting on some educational opportunities, right, for the public. So we want you to make sure you support that and get your facts straight before you make decisions on that one. And so that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Julie.
Yep. Was that okay?
Ready? Set.
My name is Pamela Balcom. I'm from White River Township, and I represent Lauren and Bruce Wachenagel, as well as my husband Tim. We are for a moratorium out of many reasons, and I will hand this to you to divulge all of them. But That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Margot Haynes, live in Montague City, but my kids live, pay taxes in White River Township. I support solar power, but I oppose the moratorium on rooftop solar. Personal property rights and the urgency of climate change require allowing homeowners to install solar panels on their roofs, lowering fossil fuel consumption and their energy bills.
Thank you, Margot.
Sam Bender, Hildy Paulson, and Dave Frederick. After that is Lori Coleman, Kurt Guder, and Tamara Horn.
Sam Bender from White River Township. I support the moratorium. It represents a reasonable and brief step to allow the township representatives and residents to align the zoning ordinances with the vision and goals of the master plan. It is reasonable for small businesses and small-scale solar installations to wait to allow us to sort out something that could have a multi-generational impact on the lives of those who live, work, and play in the township.
Hildy Paulson, White River Township. The proposed 6-month moratorium is too long.
Louder, please.
It is too long because we are living with the reality of a climate crisis. Every day that we delay taking action to reduce carbon emissions is a day wasted for the protection of future generations and the planet. Don't tell the people of California who are being ravaged by cyclonic winds, mudslides, floods, and wildfires that we can wait 6 months before moving forward on the solar project.
Dave.
Thank you. Dave Frederick, White River Township. I am neither strongly for nor strongly against the project in White River Township. I'm also not strongly for or strongly against the moratorium. What I recognize is that this issue is further dividing the White Lake community at a time when we need to come together and compromise for the greater good. To do this will require that we listen respectfully
Thank you,
to...
Fred. It was just to speak about the moratorium. Thank you. That's how I am. I'm bold. Lori Coleman.
My name is Lori Coleman. And I live at 4874 Onset in Montague. White River Township, I want to thank you for all your hard work on this. It's a huge project. Thank you so much. I do not support a 6-month moratorium on large-scale solar in White River Township. Why? Because we are in the midst of a climate emergency, and we need to embrace solutions for renewable energy.
Bruce Froelich, Chris Rogers, and Finian Kelly, come on up.
Good evening, thank you. My name is Kurt Guder. I own property on Iders Road. The Planning Commission spent months in 2019 studying the ordinances for other communities that experience solar projects. You spoke to experts and you adopted a very comprehensive ordinance after months of study to protect your citizens, farmland, and the environment. Please do not enact a moratorium on solar projects, but rather review the submitted solar application with the ordinance you have worked so hard to develop. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Tamara Horn. I support solar energy systems, and I ask the Planning Commission to not vote on a moratorium today because it's not a slam dunk and it could cost the township and taxpayers money and legal fees. Thank you.
My name is Bruce Froelich. I live in the city of Montague. I support solar energy systems and ask the Planning Commission not to vote for a moratorium today because it creates an issue of state preemption, which would occur by legislation limiting local control regarding large-scale renewable energy projects. The issue has been mentioned by your attorney, Mr. Bloom, and your zoning administrator.
Hello, my name is Finian. I'm a junior at Montague High School currently. I've grown up in our town and I've watched many changes happen over the years, some for the good and some for the bad. There's real proof of the climate change crisis in our town, and you can't overlook that. I support the current solar project and I believe it will benefit us greatly, as well as be a wise and important step to a more sustainable future. I am not in favor of the moratorium. The sooner we can take the step, the better. I ask the Planning Commission to vote no on the moratorium for the kids' future.
Let me just say Melissa Lorenz, Bill Diddy, Keith Rantham.
I'm Chris Rogers. I live in White River Township. I am for the moratorium because we don't need to be rushed, bullied. We need to be respected. This is a big deal, and many, many generations have a passionate love for our area, and we deserve the time to do what is right for everybody.
Minimize, please, minimize, thank you.
Okay, you guys, love the enthusiasm, but I'm Melissa Lorenz. I am a White River Township resident. I think that's important to state for starter. I am 110% in favor of the moratorium. To do anything other than take at least 6 months to explore this would be irresponsible and unjust to this community. A 1,700-acre, 770,000 solar panel array would ruin the character of this township forever. We need the 6 months at a minimum. Again, I'm in support. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you, Planning Commission. Absolutely in support of the proposed moratorium for the 5 findings as written, and I think a lot of the facts have already been stated that are out there. So, Bill Diddy, a resident of White River Township. This is my home, this is my community, this is where I want to be, so thank you, Planning Commission.
Where's Keith? Yeah. Yeah, Keith, and then Pam Prosch. And what's your name?
Right.
No. Go back to the table and put your name on.
I'm Keith Rampton. I'm a lifelong resident of White River Township. I strongly support the moratorium. 6 months isn't that long in the overall scheme of things. A solar array of this magnitude, which covers 17% of the entire township and over 50% of the prime farmland in the township, I think certainly deserves a second look. And once again, I am just strongly in support of that and feel that 6 months is not a long time. If you're going to put solar panels on your house, it's going to take longer than 6 months to order them and get them up there anyway. So 6 months, I think, is the least that we can do to make sure that we don't have another several hundred acres of industrial wasteland in the township like we have in our area right now already. Thank you.
May I remind everybody, we are not speaking about particular projects. We are speaking about a moratorium to do, sorry Pam, excuse me, okay, about the current provisions of the White River Township zoning ordinance, okay? The Township Board desires to study and potentially revise portions of the White River Township zoning ordinance, okay? So we want time to allow us to do that work, okay? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Pam Prosch, and I live in the White River Township. I support the solar systems, I support the solar energy systems and ask the Planning Commission to vote for a moratorium. I would like this extra time to be used to bring knowledgeable experts in solar projects here to educate the White River Township community. I believe once we have the facts, the community can come together to make these important decisions.
Okay, we've got Ava Renna, Alyssa Merton, and Tim Prosch. And then we have Kevin Stryker, Bill Tarr, and Sue Levy. Come on up, Ava.
My name is Ava Renna, and I'm a senior at Montague High School. I support solar energy systems and ask the Planning Commission to not vote for a moratorium today, because we are in a climate emergency, and the sooner we can start progressing and improving our environment, the better it will be for everyone. To see our town thrive, we have to make changes, so I hope the moratorium is not passed today unless the Township Board feels like they need more time to pass it correctly.
I'm Alyssa Merton, White River Township resident, and I'm here to say that I don't support the moratorium. I think that we have a zoning in place for a reason, and we've taken the time to do that. And I would really hope that if there is a moratorium in place, that we're taking the time to research how we can all come together around supporting our farmers and doing what they need to on their land to support their families. I'm wondering where the outcry is for that anymore, because that's really important to community members who live here, who have small family farms, who need to make decisions for their families and their community.
You all are doing a great job with your time.
My name is Tim Prosch, and my family has owned property in White River Township since 1917. I'd like to make 3 points. Number one, I support the 6-month moratorium because it'll give the White River Township Board, you guys, and residents of White River Township a chance to learn the facts about the solar farm project, to counter the misinformation that's swirling around the township.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Where's Kevin? Kevin, you're next.
It doesn't matter.
Kevin, what's your last name? Would you say it so we can?
Hi, I'm Kevin Stryker. I don't live in the township area, and I'm speaking on behalf of a guy named Paul Schroeder, who does live in the township. Paul supports the use of solar panels on farms. He also doesn't really matter whether you have a moratorium or not. His point is that this is a farming community, and this is a benefit to all the farmers, especially for farmers that have been around for 100 years. The moratorium, hey, if we want to have a moratorium to do more studies, great, but I don't think we actually need it.
Okay, thanks.
Yes. Hi, I'm Bill Tarr. I'm Bill Tarr. I live in Montague City. I live in the city of Montague, but I'm a prior owner of property in White River Township. I support the moratorium because I feel it's important that the partial year homeowners have an opportunity to be contacted and to get feedback to the board. And also, I think the board needs sufficient time to consider the long-term impact to the character of the area and to the infrastructure itself.
Thank you. Connie Cranston, would you get the list from, oh, Julie's bringing it up, never mind. Sue, come on up.
Hello, my name is Sue Levy. I'm a White River Township resident. I support the moratorium. If the planning committee feels that they need that time, 6 months, that's a very reasonable time. I understand in order to prevail in a court of law, you have to impose that moratorium across the board. You can't pick and choose entities to place a moratorium on. So I'm in support of your moratorium. Thank you for your work.
Connie is Mike Vanderlaan, Mary Jo Ernst, and L. Goodrow.
Connie Crancer, Montague Township. I am in support of the moratorium. I think we need 6 months to talk about it, think about it. These people asked to have that 6 months, and they're the ones that put it together. I would like to give them that chance, and other people have talked much more eloquently than I have for those reasons. Thank you.
Mike Vanderlaan? Here he comes, here he comes.
Hi, I'm Mike Vanderlaan. I live in White River Township, and I support the moratorium.
Thank you. Mary Jo.
Hi, I'm Mary Jo Ernst. My dad Otto and I both live in White River Township, and I'm going to make this real simple also. You've already shown that you are willing to look further into this and collect more information. I think that 6 months is a reasonable time for a decision that will change the township forever.
After L, we have Megan Streblow, Shelley Gretafiore. Sorry, Shelley. Lissa Fischel, Jeff Stein.
My name is Eleanor Gaudreau. I live in White River Township. I'm in favor of the moratorium. I believe the moratorium will give the township the time it needs to set ordinances in place to support the White River Township master plan. The natural environment plays an important role in planning future land uses. Natural features that make a community attractive for development can be easily destroyed by insensitive site planning and land development.
Megan? Right up, Megan. Let's keep this moving.
Hi, I'm Megan. I live in a second generation home in White River Township, and I have young kids that are growing up in this area where actually around our house the solar farms would be. So I'm in sort of in support of the moratorium, because if I'm going to have this stuff around me, I need to know exactly what it's about, what it's going to do to my family, what it's going to do to the generation that's coming up.
So you're in support of it? Yes. Okay. Shelley, come on up. With the next, Alyssa, are you out there? Would you get in line, please? Yeah, come right up, okay?
Hi, I'm Shelley Gretafiore, and I support the moratorium. Why do we have to rush this through? Every good business does a due diligence when considering new business. Why can't the township? Look at our history with big business. It only makes sense.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Fischel. I live in White River Township. I'm speaking on behalf of myself and my husband, who's not able to make it tonight. We are in support of the moratorium. After attending the meeting on Tuesday and listening to the difficult job our board has and township has, I'm really trying to balance ordinances and keeping our community moving in the right direction. It just makes sense to have us have the time in order to be able to support and give us a legacy that we want to be proud of.
Thank you. After Jeff, we have Mark Gretafiore and Lori Sheehan.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stein. I live in White River Township. I support the moratorium, and my reasons echo Melissa Lorenz and Pete Randall.
Hi, my name is Mark Gretafiore. I'm also a resident of White River Township. Solar's not the way. We got fusion, counting hydrogen. This is,
Moratorium or not?
yes, moratorium.
Thank you. Okay, after Lori, Dammer.
Hi, I'm Lori Sheehan. I am a White River Township resident. I'm absolutely in support of the moratorium. 6 months is nothing to make a smart decision. We want smart solar. We need to make a smart decision. I'd ask the Planning Commission to use that time. I think one of the things that we can do is talk to communities who have large solar systems, smaller solar systems, who have said yes to this, who have said no. Ask them what should we know, what would they have liked to have known. Get some information from communities who have gone through this already. I think this is just a smart way of approaching this, and I can't understand why anybody would be against 6 months to look at this.
Okay, I have a problem. There's somebody who lives at 6772 West Old Channel Trail that I can't read their name. You know who you are. Ken, is that, come on up here, Ken. It's like you went to med school or something. Get up here, Ken. And then there is maybe Matt/Liz Hughes? Hedges? Oh, okay. And that's, you gotta pick one or the other. And then Deborah Hopkinson, Bill Denote, and Brian Brinkert.
Out of all them people, they can't read my name. K-E-N, the three initials. It's not that hard. I support the moratorium. That's all I'm gonna say.
Liz? Okay, Matt can speak too if he wants, just one at a time. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liz Hedges. I live in White River Township with my husband and 4 children. I support the moratorium because many residents are still unaware about the size and impact of the proposed industrial solar plant. And a lot of questions still need to be answered and additional studies performed, specifically an economic impact study conducted by a neutral party assessing the impact of proposed solar plant on home values, tourism, and taxes in White River Township.
I'm Matt Hedges. I live in White River Township. I'm absolutely in support of the moratorium. We want nothing to do with this. Our town wants nothing to do with it.
Deborah, come on up here, don't be shy. Bill Denote? 7675, North, okay. And then Brian Brinkert, you there? Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Deb Hopkinson, and I live in White River Township, and I'm for the moratorium. I think the board needs more time to study the potential impact, both positive and negative, of any scale of solar array, small or large.
Hi, I'm Bill Denute. My wife and I live in White River Township. I'm for the moratorium. I think it's critically important that the planning committee has all the time that they need to get the zoning right. We bought property in this township because it was a zoned community, and we felt protected because of that. And I think this project deserves the time and due diligence to fully explore the pluses and minuses.
If anyone else wants to speak, please get your name on a list before we close the hearing, okay?
I am Brian Brinker. I'm a local real estate broker, and I'm for the moratorium. We just built a house here 2 years ago and have about $500,000 invested on Isles Road. And I invested $30,000 in a solar system with battery backup. And I was not informed correctly by professionals. And I think 6 months, even a year, would be good to educate ourselves better. And I know for a minimum price point on my home, I'll probably lose about 20 to 25% of my value. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, Gabriel. Gabriel, whose last name begins with an S, and here she comes. Nope, maybe that's it. One last call. Anybody wants to sign up?
Hi, my name is Gabrielle Struwen. I'm in favor, absolute favor of the moratorium. I know we need renewable energy. However, to sacrifice what has appeared to be prime farmland in the past is irresponsible. Just food for thought for everybody. Who do we get our food from in the future? China?
Looks like we have another person. Anybody else? Okay. Oh, yep. Okay. You can beat her to it.
My name is Lorraine Jacobs. We recently, last year, built a house in White River Township. And I tell you, it took a lot longer than just 6 months to build it, and the process and everything, so I am for the moratorium.
Thank you. Well, thank you all. Thank you for your cooperation. It's great to see everybody here. I wish every single event in the township garnered this much enthusiasm and appreciation. That's a plug for an annual pig roast if anyone wants to organize it, okay? I don't even care if it's a pig roast, just something. Okay. No, the township hall. Okay. I am closing the public comment period of the public hearing at 7:36 p.m. We are going to return to a special meeting of the Planning Commission till we conclude our business. I am so sorry. People might want to hear what we're doing. Okay. So, we are going to discuss the moratorium, and I will entertain a motion. All right, so we are now, as a planning commission, going to discuss the moratorium resolution as it is printed. If there's no discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the ordinance as written. Support.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we accept, I'm going to read the ordinance number. Ordinance number 57-2023. Is that correct, Craig?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Any discussion before we vote? Okay, I'm asking for a roll call vote, please. Yep.
Roll call vote. Bob Hagan,
Yes.
Don Klein,
Yes.
Karen McLean,
Yes.
Craig Harris,
Yes.
Marissa McGlue,
Yes.
Susan Lloyd,
Yes.
George Dufresne.
You can't.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Patty Sargent.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a unanimous approval of White River Township, Muskegon County Ordinance Number 57-2023, an ordinance amendment to amend the White River Township zoning ordinance to impose a temporary moratorium on the issuance of any zoning approvals, rezonings, permits, licenses, or approvals for solar systems, solar farms, solar energy systems, and solar panels, as well as constructing, expanding, creating, or installing any such items. This ordinance will be presented to the Township Board for formal adoption. That's it.
We will have a special meeting. It was pending this approval. The township
the Township Board will meet at noon on Tuesday, January 17th at the Township Hall to formally approve ordinance number 57-2023.
Thank you.
And that will be posted, it will be on the website, and it will be on the phone message.
Alrighty.
I know.
Any other business? Okay. I have one bit of business. Dave Frederick, I apologize. I was so concerned about keeping our comments to the moratorium that what you all missed in the public there is that Dave says, what I recognize is that this issue is further dividing the White Lake community at a time when we need to come together and compromise for the greater good. To do this will require that we listen respectfully to each other's facts, opinions, and points of view. This will take some time, but not 6 months. I apologize for cutting you off. Any further discussion?
I'll move to adjourn this meeting.
I'll second it. Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to adjourn the January 12th Planning Commission special meeting and public hearing. All in favor say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned at 7:42. Thank you.